All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believer. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And, I'm just really tired of the pride of these devils and how they think that this science and technology that they able to get their hands on is from them. So this video, it's going to be a spiritual event, but I'm also going to have scriptures to back up what I say. But these devils, man, the scripture says that knowledge shall increase. So obviously, when wisdom come from the Lord, whether it's good or bad, okay? Like the Lord created Satan. Everything have a double. Everything is got to have an opposite. And these devils are the physical counterpart of Satan. Okay? So, I want to start off with this. When I read the scripture now, so many things run through my head. It said, the pride of your heart have deceived thee. Okay? That sentence right there. Because everything that this devil is able to do, he credit himself. Now, this is the way he's supposed to be. But I'm just bringing another perspective because these devils get on my damn nerves. So I come across a whole bunch of, these type of videos. It's the spirit that the Lord have on me and allow me to see. And every time I listen to these demons talk, I just be like, oh, they just so proud, man. So it said, you that dwellers in the clefts of the rocks, that's why they call themselves Caucasians, whose habitation is high. That's why they got all these damn skyscrapers. Dangerous as hell. Okay? Can't even, everything that they do is death. It said, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Two of these facets. One, they can manipulate behavior at a distance. For example, they could create a riot, which you couldn't stop in this auditorium, right out of that transmitter.
So just this sentence right here, manipulating people's minds through frequencies and shit. That's nothing but evil spirits, man. See, there's always an action. Well, there always have to be an action to something. Okay? So hear me out. So the pride of your heart have deceived thee, right? Talking about Esau, Edom. They got something called HARP. They changed the name, forgot what they changed it to now. But basically that's a weather modification system. Do you really think that the Lord need a weather modification system to make it rain a lot, to cause a tornado, to cause a hurricane, to cause an earthquake? No. But get what I'm saying. You have to have an action. For his heart to be prideful, something had to be put in place for him to be proud. The Lord don't need Esau, Edom to make a weather machine to cause the weather to do this or do that. But the Lord will make him prideful and make him feel like, because I have a weather machine, I could do this, I could do that. Okay, so when we read this, right, they can make frequencies in the room. We can make people act the way that we want to make them act. First of all, it's evil spirits, spiritual wickedness in high places, as we're about to read. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So, as we read, let's get that real quick and then come back. It said, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. So these devils think that they do all this, but it's nothing but Satan and his minions. And then as we just read in Ephesians 6 and 12, okay, so like going back to the harp, right? We about to read a couple of verses in the book of Job. So I'm going to read this again. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities. When you go into this word principalities, this is for people that's new. If it's somebody new watching. Because this is what it's all about. People are controlled either by demons or angels. I'm going to go straight to the point. Angels at the bottom. Angels and demons, okay? So when it goes to principalities, also is people in power. That's why spiritual wickedness in high places. The elite of the elite, they commune with Satan, okay? So you have to understand that these devils is so prideful because, first of all, Satan works for the Lord. He gets his instructions from the Lord. And Satan do what the Lord tell him to do. If he go tell Esau, Edom, basically to make him feel like he's on top of the world and that he can't be stopped, then that's what Satan is going to do. Okay? But all this frequency shit, manipulating people's minds, that's demons jumping on people. Okay? That's why I want to title this video, Let's Simplify This. Like, I'm tired of, it's not complex to me, but I'm tired of this shit sounding complex and it's not. So let's read about Satan real quick. Then we're gonna get to the video. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feared the Most High, escheweth evil. Satan answered, Yahweh Bashmabshah said, do Job fear the Most High for naught? Has you not made a hedge about him? And this is another, I'm going to make a quick point because that's not point in the video. But this lets you know that if the Lord don't want you to be touched, you ain't going to be touched. Okay? So Satan's basically saying, well, you put a hedge around him, right? And about his house and about all that he have on every side, you has blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increasing the land. This is what we're about to have in the kingdom of heaven. Ain't nobody going to be able to touch us. Okay? So it says, but put forth your hand now and touch all that he have. He will curse you to your face. So this is basically a hedge that that Satan had with the Lord. This is all the Lord's plan. All right. But, and Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he have is in your power. Only upon himself put not forth your hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh Bashmabshah. So basically the Lord gave Satan permission to do whatever you want to Job, just don't take his life. All right, so now we're going to jump to 18 and 19 just to bring the point about the weather, right? We'll start from 17. While he was yet speaking, there come also another and said, the Chaldeans made of 3 bands fell upon the camels, have carried them away, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped to tell thee. So this is one of Job's friends. Now, guess what? Satan put evil spirits on the Chaldeans at this time. There was nothing but demons on them. Evil spirits jumped on them to do this. Okay? So it says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, your sons and your daughters was eating and drinking wine in their elder brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house and fell upon the young men, and they are dead, and I only am escaped to tell you. So just to show you a little example that the Lord don't need no weather modifications. He don't need no frequencies to play on people's mind. They're just evil spirits jumping on people. But he have to make Esau feel like he is the Most High. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying.
What they would do specifically is that the name of the transmitter is not the one I know. I know it as the Gomel transmitter. He called it the woodpecker signal. But what they do, they broadcast the signal to create a riot, you broadcast 11 hertz, 11 cycles per second, beamed in.
So what is frequencies at the end of the day? Frequencies is energy. That's what spirits are. Okay? So you don't need all this fancy technology to do things like this. Look at this devil's eyes that we're looking at right now. He's inhabited by a demon right now. Them eyes is crazy. But the point that I'm making, I'm just trying to simplify all of this, because like even when you talk to people, and especially Israelites, Jake, they like to make things, so mystified. Try to make things sound so deep, and it's not. Okay? I'm not saying that Esau, Edom don't have technology and stuff like this. What I'm saying, the simplified answer is that, first of all, the Lord gave him these devices to make him feel proud, to make him feel like he, is in control and he is like the Most High. But it's nothing but Satan, where all power lines, signs are the working of Satan. Okay? Evil spirits jump on people, but he thinking it's some damn frequency machine that he have. Okay? He thinking that he could shoot some energy into the clouds and make them spin, and then he calls a tornado. Like, no. Yes, these devices are real, but I'm just giving you to simplify what it really is. Okay?
To this room, and it would, without you knowing, you would start to get uncomfortable, then upset, and then I presume start getting a little active, like throwing the plants around or breaking up chairs, things like that.
And also, like I said, going into making the devil, feel proud, because it says they encourage himself in the evil matter. They commune of land, snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They have come to diligent search. So even with the weather modification, everything comes from Satan, which obviously come from the Lord. All right. The Lord is the creator of all things. He gave wisdom to man. All right. Like I said, he created Satan himself through Yahushua. Okay. So at the end of the day, the Lord have to make an action like that. So another quick example, right? The scripture says that the just got to live by their faith. So the Lord have to make it where your faith have to be applied. Okay? It's not hard. It's not hard. The only reason I'm making this video is because, like I said, Esau, Edom, they just get on my nerves. All right? And I just hate the pride that's oozing out of these devils. But they really think through their own power that they doing this. So they search out iniquities, they search out iniquities. Iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep. Yeah. But who give them these thoughts? Satan. Okay? So I think that's 5. Assyrian, which Esau, Edom is the modern day Assyrian. Every power that ever was a power in the earth, the Lord granted access for you to be in power. And you're still going to do the will of the Lord. Because, Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation. So you're going to do what I want you to do. If you're going to punish this nation, that's who I won't punish. You're going to punish my people? That's who I won't punish. I will send him against a hypocritical nation. That's talking about us. Against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil, to take the prey, to tread them down in the street like the mire. Let's jump to 12. Wherefore it should come to pass that when the Lord had performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and Jerusalem, which, the iniquity of Zion is about to be fully accomplished. Okay? I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria in the glory of his high look. So that's the end game for him. For he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it. This, every time you see a video about his technology, okay, this is what he's saying. Everything that he do, he think that he done it. So it says, and by my wisdom, where his wisdom comes from, the left hand side, Satan. which obviously the Lord said he created evil and good. So it obviously comes from the Lord. Okay? Everything goes back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it says, for I am prudent. I have removed the bounds of the people. I have robbed their treasures. The scripture says that he gave the earth into your hands. Of course you're able to do this. I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man, and my hand have found the nest of the riches of the people. As one gather eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therein? So the Lord is telling you, yes, you the axe, but I'm the one swinging you. Okay? Everything that you do comes of me. Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it, as if the rod shall shake itself against him that is lifted up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as it were no wood. So the Lord is the one that's doing all of this. And guess what? He gave Satan to y'all. Another quick example. Remember, just to let you know. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna use that example for something else. But let's finish the rest of this video. Then I'm gonna end it on one more scripture.
You use specific, what are called radio frequency windows. The 11 hertz will create that kind of behavior. Other frequencies, other windows will create other kinds.
Back to the point that I'm trying to make. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying, whoever watched this. So like, yes, you could turn a frequency to whatever high, however how low. What I'm trying to tell you is evil spirits, is principalities that's jumping on people. But the action of creating a machine like that or having these devices like that is all to make him feel like he can't be stopped. It's all for him to feel like he is the Most High. Like we just got done reading. He thinks it's because by his hand, by his wisdom, that he able to do all of this. And it's not the case.
Behavior, you can create a passive behavior. You can make people go to sleep. You can create narcotic effects. It has been used actually as an antidote, as a cure for narcotic addiction. You can make people alert. Detail about.
So, this is why the Lord said this in Psalms 33 and 10 and 11. So it said, Yahweh bringeth that counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. At the end of the day, they all come from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? The wisdom that you have is from the left-hand side of the Lord through Satan. All power signs and lying wonders. That counsel of Yahweh standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. So I just wanted to make this video just because, you know, the pride of his heart have deceived him. He really thinking that, well, we could do this, we could do that. You know, we could do this. You know, blah, 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 blah. You gonna perish, okay? That's your end, okay? And the Lord, and that's why King David said, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. The Lord do use you, but your end is that you should perish forever. And the Israelite kingdom is going to last forever. All right. Daniel 7:18, Daniel 7:27, Daniel 2:44. Okay. 1 Corinthians 15. You can start from 49 all the way down. All right. Revelation 21, New Jerusalem. Okay. New heaven, new earth. So all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And Shalom.